Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Susan Price.
Happy to be here. Hello, Patriots. I just wanted to mention, most people know who I am here, Susan Price, Gold Star mother. But I'm from a long line of, and I hate to say it, Gold Star family. My family served and died for our country. And through that hardship, somehow President Trump's people found me just the year before he became president, and I was honored to meet Donald Trump, and speak on his stage at the Tampa rally. So that was an honor, and tomorrow is Donald Trump's birthday. So happy birthday, President Trump. I wanted to just take a moment. Through my son's death, my family and I were tragically credentialed. And I will tell you, there is a deep state, because during the Obama administration, my family and I lived through a lot of stories. I'm going to leave it at that. But so we know that the greatest weapon against tyranny is that fighting spirit of an American patriot. And with that, I had the honor and pleasure of meeting Becky Hites, our dear friend from the Atlanta, Georgia area, Congress 13th District. I was with Becky at Arlington National Cemetery at the beginning of the year to lay the wreath at the tomb of the unknown soldier. And we also attended CPAC, so we saw a lot of the famous people that we see on TV working for President Trump. So with that, I'm honored. And Becky has spoken all over the world. She's also a great patriot with a long lineage of history. So I'd love to introduce Becky Hites for Congress, 13th District.
Thank you so much, Susan. It's a great honor to be here. Thank you for inviting me to come down and speak. When I heard about the event, without question, I felt compelled to attend and support the Second Amendment. My family has a heritage of defending the values of our country. I had one relative who fought in George Washington's military. I had another relative who provided the land and the building for in Valley Forge for the Continental Army in 77, 78. We had one relative who spent 3 years on a prison ship, 2 different prison ships in New York Harbor, for that matter. So I am literally a daughter of the Revolution. Today there's a battle for the heart and soul of our country, and I'm not telling you anything you don't already know. The country my family fought for, and many of you and your family members fought for. Our Second Amendment rights are constantly under attack. The Second Amendment, I think Royale said this, the Second Amendment is the amendment that makes the other 9 amendments of the Bill of Rights possible. If you think about it, without the Second Amendment, the political forces that see our Bill of Rights as an impediment as an impediment to their power, would slowly erode our rights, all of our rights. And so it's very important, this rally, and for those of us to be engaged and to continue this fight. Throughout world history, when governments take away the right to own guns, tyranny is not far behind. You've heard that from a couple of speakers today, but it's just very important. This is the wall. This is what we have to fight. We can't abandon the line. I will never sit idly by and allow anyone to take away our right to bear arms. We have seen these attacks on our Constitution and our freedoms from Democrats and from a growing far-left Democrat socialist wing of their party that is dedicating to destroying our way of life. When they decided to go after the President Trump and with the other deep state attacks on our way of life, I knew I had to run and get involved. And so I've decided to run for Congress. Last Tuesday we won our primary with 68% of the vote. Woohoo! We literally got shut down in February. We were in absolutely not a single neighborhood. I did get around to the parties before we were shut down, but we won all of 186 of our 190 precincts. So without actually having the opportunity to interact much with the community. So my strategist, Mr. Greg Fournier, is one of Florida's very own. He developed a great strategy to get our message out. to get, despite the delays, our primary was pushed back, despite the restrictions on travel, and our limited ability to reach voters. He got the message out, and we just really kind of stomped the primary. I have to tell you, it was me and an opponent. We were both unknowns. We're both new to politics, and all of the prognosticators assumed the race would be split 50-50, whatever it was going to be a toss-up. And we resoundingly sent a message that we're taking it seriously, that we have a strength to unseat a 16-year incumbent, that we're taking the seat back red after a long time in a district that nobody thought we could do. So I'm here to support, along with you, and defend the Second Amendment. And when elected, I will resist any attempt at all, to limit legal ownership of firearms. And I further support the reciprocity of firearm licenses between the states. So I'm here from Georgia, and I have my firearm with me because Florida recognizes reciprocity between our states. So in closing, I just want to thank you once again for inviting me to come speak to you. I'm honored to be here. It's given me even more energy to take back to my district in Georgia, not only to fight for them, but to fight for all of you and all of America to preserve our right to bear arms. My message has been to get elected to Congress and fight to preserve our Constitution, our way of life, and to work with President Trump to keep America great again. I'm running for Congress because I believe we're a Christian nation. The words "under God" will remain in the Pledge of Allegiance, and "in God we trust" will remain on our currency. Thanks so much for having me.